Mom and he could never agree on what I should wear, so both changed my clothes whenever I was with the other. Only a child in those days. I even modeled a few fashion shows. Storybook readings before goodnight dreams, all felt safe in my world. On the day that I was taught to say the word daddy, Mom and he took the turn saying it in front of me. I would cast it aside, but he stood firm. Little by little, that word replaced honey. On one cold November day, on the same day similar to Daddy's birthday, Mom and Daddy introduced a doll-like person wrapped inside a soft blue small blanket. Peeking inside its folds, both showed me my new brother. Marcie Eanes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so again, when I'm mourning a death, we're celebrating her life, and we're doing it in words, music, whatever. And that being said, we're going to go ahead and keep the show going. Please give it up for the next performer coming up to the stage. Please give it up for Lost in Thought.
Hey, peeps. Hey. So, right now, I am actually just going to get this show moving along because we have a lot of voices out there and a lot of wonderful, wonderful poems.
Wait, I got to tell you the story about... no, I'm just kidding.
That's when we threw him off.
He's doing...
Don't, Mike. You want me to cut him?
Keep going, Mike. Keep going, Mike.
So next up, might I present a lively spirit, and one that is very glamorously dressed, and also one that actually put this entire event together.
Yeah.
The heart, the devotion, we have Susan Summers.
Come on!
And Justin, ladies and gentlemen.
Tom, world poet, could not think of Dustin Pickering's name earlier. This is Marcie's publisher.
Yeah.
And
Hello.
She hated people getting her name wrong, Joe.
Yes.
So
I was wondering if I was getting the name wrong all these years.
Cracking me up.
She used to tease me about that all the time. So, ladies and gentlemen, whenever a host has spoken and heard messes up, on the count of three, the audience says bad host. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3.
Bad host.
Kick his ass.
Slap on the wrist.
Come here.
And they cut
Go
that
ahead,
guy.
Dustin.
You get the spanking. Bend over the knee. No.
As Susan has said, I am Marcie Eanes' publisher. We met in about 2011 or 2012 here in Austin at the Austin International Poetry Festival. And I met her, Tantra Zawadi, and Poet on Watch all at the same time. And as time played out and has shown, I helped Marcie get through some tough health issues by requesting poetry for my journal called Harbinger Asylum, which we started in 2010. And as things went on with my relationship with her, she eventually texted me and said, I would like you to be the publisher of my book. And she apparently made some very careful calculations before jumping to such things, and she really wanted me to be the publisher, and she told me why was because she had had some health problems that were very debilitating, and she was very sick, and me asking her for poetry for Harbinger Asylum all those years, which I wasn't aware of her health problems during those years, helped her continue life and keep moving. And so I was very blessed to have been a part of that. We published Passion Zest and Cameo, which are both right here. If you buy one or both, you get a free copy of Wind Point, another chapbook of Marcie's. Cameo is $12, and Passion Zest is $15. And all of the money, we're going to be sure to do something really great with that. We've got a lot of ideas we're still playing out. So anyway, and Susan here is going to continue with her side, and thank you very much.
You can go now.
Oh.
You want me to leave? She's kicking me off. What can I do?
It's mine now. Now, Marcie and I were great friends. Her brother is here tonight with his wife. And, so I wrote a poem for Marcie about her coming to Texas, which she did frequently, as she had a lot of love and support in the Austin community, and really all across the state of Texas. People have come distances from San Antonio and far south, Victoria area, and just to be here tonight and pay tribute to Marcie. This is a poem. I'm going to read three, two of my own as tributes, and then the one in the middle will be from Sharon Mixel, who is Washington State, and they met at the Austin International Poetry Festival too. So this is called Marcie Gets Her Spurs On, and she liked this one. She always loved my rhyme poems. Marcie came to Texas, did things in a big Texas way, had many things to do, had more things to say. She ate a Whataburger with the onion and jalapeno. They are a Texas staple, as every Texan knows. She's become a barbecue snob and critiques the sauce and rub, and when it's cooked just right, she just can't get enough. She drank from the Lone Star, the Shiner, and the Ziegenbach, and now shivers when it's 62 when once she thought it hot. She went to the Houston Rodeo where Blake Shelton did a show. She had a secret crush on him. I thought you all should know. Someone introduced her to Bluebell ice cream, and since they all messed it up with listeria, that was kind of mean. I'm worried they'll check her at the airport to see if she's smuggling spurs. I wonder if she will deny or admit that they are hers. She's been secretly studying history of Stephen F. Austin, the Alamo, and the Battle of San Jacinto. If she's thinking of joining the Republic, she hasn't far to go. She may become a citizen, legal and first class, and tell Wisconsin winter to kiss her Texan ass. This is by Sharon Mixel, Washington State. This was one of Marcie's favorite poems. She referenced it several times. When I was in Racine with her to do the launch of Cameo just in May, not so very long ago. And she referenced it because we were in this thick fog coming off of Lake Michigan, fog like I have never seen. And she said, remember that poem of Sharon's? Well, I didn't remember. But as soon as Sharon found out she had passed, she remembered that she had dedicated this poem to Marcie. And this is called In the Fog. Bring me back to myself, back to my deepest heart, to the inspiration that flows through me and onto a page or blank canvas. Spokes and studs on the ground can't see in front of me. There is a chill in my bones. Come out of the fog. Come see me and be with me. Make some tea. We will keep each other warm. Relate and philosophize with me. Be my truest ally, encouraging my hopes and dreams. Feel my heart, feel my soul. Allow me into you. Let my heart permeate your soul. Pain will fade away, and only peace will remain. Read the clues in my eyes. Something bigger than me lives in me and spreads out to others. Who am I? I belong to the fog. I belong to the wind. I belong to the sun, the rain, the earth. I belong to spirit, and I belong to me. And I shared this story with her brother earlier. Marcie says, we spent a lot of time together under very stressful situations where we're not sleeping much and going lots of places. And we would often end up in a contentious argument. And, you know, that's what I'm going to miss the most, is that sharpening of one another. And so this is a tribute poem I wrote after she passed. Marcie and I were friends. She was Wisconsin cold and LA sunshine. Her father's East St. Louis blues mixed with her mother's Georgia steel magnolia soul. She had a 1,000-watt smile, quick wit, great laughter, but that's not why we were friends. We loved good food. Bluebell ice cream, slow-cooked brisket, fried green tomatoes, cheese grits, pork rinds, seafood, fresh salad. You get the idea. She had a deep connection to jazz and loved a funky dance beat and beamed with pride watching her young cousin play guitar. It was a delight to watch her listen to music, but that's not why we were friends. As poets, we respected a keen editing eye, shared opportunities, collaborated on projects, but that's still not why we were friends. She tested my patience and I tested hers. We got on each other's last nerve. We pushed each other out of comfort zones, into spotlights, into risks, into living fully. She had grit, drive, determination, a legendary temper, a diva attitude. She was exacting and demanding, a real pain in the ass sometimes. She was a real hard-headed, aggravating woman, and you know what? Most of the time, demanding people get what they ask for or a good explanation of why not. I respected that stance. As iron sharpens iron, she made me a better poet and a stronger person, and that's why we were friends. Because we beat down hell with a smile and a bless your heart. No looking back and no regrets.
Always the right thing to say. That was Susan Summers. Oh, for a second I thought you were about to say something. Something. So, next up, ladies and gentlemen, this event could use a little magic. We have Magic Jack. And Madeline and Peter.
Good evening, everyone. Marcie was a friend to all of us, and we used to see her when she made her sojourns down for the Austin International Poetry Festival especially. And I'll never forget, I guess it was like going on 2 years back now, Joe might remember this. She received a certificate, and I can't remember exactly what it said on the certificate, but she was just beaming with pride over receiving the certificate. And I had my really good Leica camera with me, and I said, you know, how would you like to have your picture taken with Joe B? She goes, oh, that would be so wonderful. I said, well, I can make that happen. So Joe B goes, no problem. So we found a nice spot and we took a picture of the two together, and she was so proud of that, so proud of that moment. I just thought I'd share that with you. So this song is for her, and this is, I chose this song because I thought it would probably be in line with her sentiments as a person. It's called Inside Job. Madeline's going to help me sing it, and then Peter has some words to go along as well. Put some percussion there, Ernie. Inside job.
It's an inside job.
It's an inside job.
It's an inside job.
Peace, love, and happiness.
He's in love. It's an inside job.
Deep in your mind, love. Deep down in your heart, love. Deep down your heart, love. It's an inside job. Got some words for us? Oh, yeah.
One warrior died today, a peaceful rest deserved after a turbulent life. A person who didn't buy the notion different equaled less, or no system could change. Breaking away from the pack sometimes meant one stood alone. It hurt deeply to feel so betrayed, but calling had to be completed. It's the reason why the seed fertilized the egg brought forth this person. Not for personal gain or ego. Talents filled earthly void. Internal struggles always present. Questions like, why me? Dog psyche. But each renewal brought clarity, thoughtfully crafting next steps for productive flights and fights against oppressive forces. Boldly walking forward, revolution began anew, shaking herd-like thinking, one by one. Successful transformation leaves massive footprints for generations to study. How powerfully one can move mountains, seize opportunities, and bring the world along. One can do so much, even with a shaky voice. Another one who pushes further than first. Forced, settled hardness to move, dream, want better. Think of the possibilities united can do. Standing strong in warrior pose. These are Marcie's words of her hero, Dad. She shared this in other situations, and some people thought that she'd written of M.L. King, Martin Luther King Jr. I would share with you a word or two of Marcie's when I wrote a review of her work, because her courage came from her family. The love and the cohesion they stood. It wasn't a cameo, but there she was. She spoke in her poetry, and she sings in those jazz nights. She was a bond. Music was the bond in the Eanes family. Those gospel songs, those blues tunes, and dance rhythms. She learned style, grace, and the beat of the soul from these things. Now is the time to do what you want to in life. Femininity makes the world go round. Many have walked over these bridges. Yet she lay there, shattered her life 6 months after a new career.